Now in Good Morning Northwest, 2 murder suspects are behind bars in Spokane this morning in separate deadly shootings. The new information we're learning about both of these cases.
And we are heating up around the inland Northwest starting today. Tracking temperatures in the 80s. Your first alert forecast.
And a legal battle brewing over Head Start funding that could impact thousands of local families. The staggering costs parents would face without that program. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. It is Wednesday, April 30th. We're going to kick things off with meteorologist Matt Gray to look at our first alert forecast. Heading into a gorgeous back half of the week here, Matt.
Yeah, gorgeous back half of the week. And if you're like me, you have not had maybe your fans around the house haven't gotten much use lately with how nice the weather has been. You are probably going to need some sort of cooling assistance by the time we get to Friday. Even with this beautiful weather, 80 degrees definitely can make it a little stuffy in the house. So something to keep in mind here later on this week, because yes, for many places it's going to be the first 80-degree day of the year on Friday, and then notice what happens after that. Some cool down for the weekend. That's going to be another important part of the forecast here as well. But in the meantime, our weather after kind of a showery, gloomy day in many places yesterday, even some thunder and lightning in North Idaho, well, things are looking a lot more palatable today. All that wet weather has moved off into the central part of Montana and Wyoming. And as we take a further look out on the satellite picture, you can see this ridge of high pressure moving in because all the clouds moving up and around and then back down. So we are in a nice little pocket here of calm conditions, and we are going to allow us, or rather that pattern is going to allow us to really heat up each and every day here to the warmest weather of 2025 so far. But as I mentioned before, cooler for the weekend, and that means we got to talk about some showers for your Bloomsday weekend as well. Coming up.
A man suspected of shooting and killing another man last week near the Amazon Fulfillment Center on the West Plains is in jail right now. Spokane County Sheriff's deputies arrested 21-year-old William Baldwin for second-degree murder. Investigators say Baldwin and 24-year-old Hassani Vida knew each other and had some kind of disagreement that led to the shooting. Vida died at the scene. Baldwin is in the Spokane County Jail on a $1 million bond.
An update this morning to Friday's deadly shooting in Spokane. 18-year-old Quentin Hutchinson turned himself into police yesterday for his involvement in the shooting at a Maverick gas station. That shooting killed one person and critically injured another. Hutchinson was booked into the Spokane County Jail for second-degree murder and first-degree assault. His bond was set at $1 million. Spokane police ask that anyone with information in regards to this shooting to call Crime Check. The number's on your screen. It's 509-456-2233.
We are following breaking news. This morning, the Cheney School District is dealing with a district-wide internet outage due to a down power line somewhere within the district. Right now, schools and officers are having trouble connecting online and even making calls. The district says crews are already on it and they're working closely with utility providers to fix the issue. At this point, there's no exact timeline on when everything will be back up and running, but they're promising to keep everyone updated. So if you're trying to call a school or haven't gotten a response to an email, this is likely why. We'll keep an eye on the situation and bring you any updates once service is restored. And we know this can be frustrating, but the district is asking for patience as they work to bring things back to normal. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
The city of Spokane has a new law in place meant to keep alcohol sales away from certain public buildings. The law would ban new stores that sell alcohol meant to be consumed off the premises, from setting up shop within 500 feet of schools, parks, community centers, transit centers, and early learning centers. The city says this is because these types of stores typically attract litter and criminal and drug activity.
Public assets where we expect vulnerable populations, including children, to be present, and therefore we want to recognize that there's the potential for a conflict with off-premises alcohol outlets and some of the impacts that they bring to the community as well.
This is an emergency interim ordinance, so it goes into effect immediately, but it only applies for 1 year and does not include grocery stores, hotels, wine bars, or pharmacies. The law does not apply to already established stores.
The Washington Head Start Association is joining a lawsuit against the Trump administration over funding for the program. The lawsuit accuses the Trump administration of delaying funding and cutting staff, unlawfully dismantling the program. Local parents are worried what losing this program will mean for them, especially families of kids with special needs.
The normal childcare is like over $1,500 just for one kid. per month. And so, like, it's not something that an average, even middle-class family can afford, much less low-income families.
Some parents in the Head Start program say they would have to quit work or school if that program were to go away, and we'll keep you updated.
Yeah.
Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:05.
All right, we had a wet day yesterday, but things are drying out. Meteorologist Matt Gray here with a look.
Yeah, and hey, we got plenty of friends at Good Morning Northwest in Colfax. Figured
Yeah,
we'd
we
take a
do.
look.
Yeah.
Take a
Hi,
look here
Colfax.
this morning. Yeah, hi everybody. Hey, taking a good look this morning. A really beautiful start to the day, no matter where you are. No risk of any thunder or lightning like we saw in many parts of North Idaho yesterday, and a beautiful sunrise. We'll show you how long this nice weather will be sticking around coming up.
President Trump says he could bring back a wrongfully deported Maryland man, but he doesn't want to. The surprising comments that seem to contradict his administration's previous statements after this.
Bloomsday is coming up this weekend, and every single runner has a story. I'm sharing one of a very dedicated Bloomsday runner coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now weather is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
When you get into a car accident, you may be wondering if you need a lawyer.
Well, if you were injured and it wasn't your fault, you should probably talk to an attorney.
Call Russell and Hill. The advice is free.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
Rain or shine, day or night, good weather always reigns at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. No matter the weather, winning is better. Your 7-day forecast calls for fun at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Coeur d'Alene Casino, winning is just the beginning.
I did 950 miles on the Pacific Crest Trail and then decided I wanted to go hike in the Himalayas. I was not 20 years old. I was 64 years old. We had an absolutely incredible experience. We trekked about between 90 and 92 miles, and to do it pain-free. You think I'm not grateful for arch supports from Good Feet? I mean, come on. I'm Dale, and that's my Good Feet story.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Welcome to the Kitchen Engine, Spokane's favorite kitchen store. It's a family-owned business spanning 3 generations. The Kitchen Engine. We're having a store-wide Mother's Day sale. Come in and find a perfect gift for mom. And while you're here, grab a treat for yourself. Take a cooking class together in our state-of-the-art culinary classroom. Browse our selection of gifts and cooking essentials to make mom's time in the kitchen more enjoyable. The Mother's Day sale at the Kitchen Engine in the historic Flour Mill.
Taylor, these deals are a slam dunk.
More like bracket breakers. New Kia K4 starting at only $199 a month. And K5 GT line all-wheel drive from just $299 a month.
George Gee Kia, where the deals are always a win.
The wait is over. It's grand opening day at Brett's RV and Marine in Liberty Lake. Join us Saturday, May 3rd from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. for a day packed with free food from local food trucks, photo op with fun mascots and fairy tale princesses, face painting, s'more making stations, store tours, live music, prize giveaways, and amazing deals on every RV and boat. Off I-90 in Liberty Lake. Get the details at brettsrv.com and come celebrate.
When you get into a car accident, you may be wondering if you need a lawyer.
Well, if you were injured and it wasn't your fault, you should probably talk to an attorney.
Call Russell and Hill. The advice is free.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
Good morning. Your time is 6:09. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. President Donald Trump believes he could bring back Kilmar Abrego Garcia to the United States if he wanted to, but he doesn't.
That's what the president told ABC News in an exclusive interview last night. His comments seem to contradict previous remarks. Abrego Garcia is the Maryland man who the White House acknowledged had been wrongly deported to Honduras back in March. The Supreme Court has ruled that the Trump administration must now facilitate his return. Trump and his top aides have said that the U.S. does not have the ability to return Abrego Garcia because he's in the custody of a foreign government.
The Senate could vote as early as today on a resolution that would effectively block some of Donald Trump's tariffs. The co-sponsors, Senator Rand Paul, predicts enough of his fellow Republicans will vote with Democrats for the resolution to pass. The resolution has almost no chance in the House, though, where language in a new rule protects Trump's tariffs.
At least 500 international students have had their legal statuses reinstated. More than 1,500 students and recent graduates had their visas or statuses revoked in the Student Exchange Visitor Information System, or SEVIS. Even though the Department of Homeland Security reactivated SEVIS records, the State Department has revoked some entry visas. That means that international students who are currently overseas may still not be able to enter the U.S.
The global arms race reached a massive level last year. The world spent more than $2.7 trillion on militaries in 2024, the largest number since 1988, the end of the Cold War. The Stockholm International Peace Research Institute reported the numbers. It says many countries have committed to raising military spending, which will lead to more increases. The biggest culprit is the United States. Uncle Sam spent nearly $1 trillion last year. Big ticket items include things like F-35 stealth fighters, new Navy ships, and modernizing nuclear weapons. China came in second, but at a much lower $314 billion.
Takeaways today in your forecast. Spring heat wave coming in. That means the first 80-degree days coming up for many of us. Before or after that, rather, unsettled weather this weekend. We'll cover that coming up.
This weekend, the Cheney Police Department is hosting a rodeo. It's a bike rodeo. It's happening Saturday at Cheney Middle School, the parking lot there. Bring your bike and enjoy a bike wash, speed racing, a skills course, safety tips, and more. The fair runs from noon to 2:30, and it is free. Good morning, Northwest Time is now 6:11.
Caught between state and federal rules on transgender athletes, Central Valley School District makes a dramatic move. The federal complaints they're drafting, that's coming up a little later here on Good Morning Northwest.
It's time to win big this May at the Kootenai Casino. We've got your Kootenai Falls Lodge Room ready, starting at the incredibly low rate of just $79 midweek. We'll even include 2 breakfast vouchers. And you'll love our $20,000 drawing, daily hot spins, and the $10,000 giveaway for Victoria and Memorial Day. Come play in May. Book today. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
I'm JJ. I'm Tyler. We're with Kiona Vineyards, and we're here at Yokes Fresh Market. Our grandparents planted the first vineyard on what would become Red Mountain. Some of our legacy cultivars include Cabernet Sauvignon, Lemberger, and Chenin Blanc. The Lemberger is really exciting, right? It has really high red and blue fruit profile to it. We are a big little winery. Yokes has been a beautiful match for us culturally.
Check out Kiona Wines at Yokes Fresh Market.
Playing baseball at Gonzaga University was a dream come true for me. I went from playing an organized sport to life, which is very much unorganized.
Guess we're the adults now, but BECU is always there to help us out.
Things to think about are paying bills, affording a house, planning for college, taking care of dogs.
We have so much to plan for. Having BECU as a partner just gives us total peace of mind.
At Arada's Automax, the owner's daughter, Tatum, has been helping people with special sales for over a decade.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tatum Arada. What sale are you doing now, Daddy? Daddy, what's a tax return sale? What's a blue book sale? Can people really get cash, Daddy, and a car? Daddy, does that mean $1 will buy Arada card checks on RBS? I have $1. Hurry in, everyone. Arada great deals, and remember, we're Arada fun, too.
Don't miss the sales going on now at Arada's Automax and Mitsubishi.
One call, that's all, means we take care of everything after your car wreck.
From dealing with insurance companies to helping you find doctors and repair shops, Craig Swap and Associates made the whole process so easy.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Sketchy phone calls. We've all gotten one, but there's a new scammer on the line who knows exactly when and who to target. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. I'll show you the twist catching local families off guard and how to protect yourself Thursday at 6, only on 4 News Now.
Oh, no.
Leaks can be scary. But with Gorilla Waterproof Patch and Seal, fixing them doesn't have to be. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Why is Rich so good? So annoying.
Buttery, salty show-offs. I love them.
Is that a smile?
This is a salty club.
Salty. You're gonna get us kicked out.
So?
That's better.
Loved by everyone, even the saltiest.
4 News Now is brought to you by R&R RV.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:15. This weekend, Craig Gerlach will be running in his 47th straight Bloomsday race. Of course, this is the annual 12K race that's back in town this Sunday.
Tens of thousands of people will race through the challenging course, passing Spokane's most iconic landmarks. For many runners, including Craig, the race is no easy task. Allison Martinez is live this morning with Craig's story.
Good morning. Now we know that the first Bloomsday race happened in 1977. Craig was eager to join, but his high school track coach said no. The next year, he finally got the go-ahead to cross that finish line, and he's been doing so ever since. But it hasn't come without challenges. Craig has had 3 heart surgeries since the age of 37. After his first one, the doctor asked him what his goals for recovery are. He said to get back to work and to finish Bloomsday. He's achieved that goal ever since.
It's been hard at times, but once I get to little goals like going to the top of the Cemetery Hill, once I get to the top of that, I'm pretty happy.
Craig says he was inspired to complete the race by his parents. His mom raced through the city until she was 85 years old. And when she got sick, she even got a visit from Bloomsday founder himself, Olympic runner Don Paradon. Now, every Bloomsday runner has a story, and if you are eager to share yours, you can join the race that's happening this Sunday. There will be a whole range of runners, from elite runners to people who are doing it just for fun, like me and Craig. Reporting live in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Lots of different reasons to be running Bloomsday. What a cool story. And hey, if you are running or walking or participating in Bloomsday, here are some helpful tips going into the weekend. Make sure you know your bib number, which can be found on your order receipt for the race. There's also a way to look it up on their website. You can pick up your bib this Friday or Saturday at the Spokane Convention Center. And after you pick up your bib, you can also enjoy the Bloomsday Trade Show, which of course will sell some merchandise, running gear, and so much more. Coming up quick.
Yeah, and we all care about what the temperature is going to do and the weather.
Yeah, it was a little gross last year.
Yeah, we really don't want a repeat of that.
No, soaked to the bone and just kind of like hot and humid because you're doing your activities. It gets a little warm even when it's nice. So, hey, temperature is a big deal, right? Well, it's not going to be in the 80s for Bloomsday. Good. So I think, yes, people will enjoy that. Now, as far as wet weather, there is perhaps a sprinkle at the start. We'll show you here coming up in just a second, but let's take a look at what's happening right now as we begin a brief little heat wave here for the end of the week. It's going to feel quite pleasant today as we're just getting started with that. 39 in Spokane, 43 in Coeur d'Alene. Really quiet start, by the way, to the commute here on Highway 95. We do have a few just light little dappled clouds there. And we picked up a decent amount of rain yesterday, about 18/100ths of an inch in Spokane, but now, here it's the last day of April, no rain in the forecast, and for Spokane, this is going to end up being the 37th driest April in our 145-year now record here. So a dry month of April, we're going to need a wet May to stay on track here to have a nice solid round of moisture for spring before the dry summer months arrive. Here is your high temperatures for the afternoon. 68 in Spokane, 66 in Coeur d'Alene, 70s Moses Lake, Grand Coulee, Omak, upper 60s in Bonners Ferry, low 60s in Pullman, and low 70s in the LC Valley. Really, you can't ask for much nicer weather than what we're about to see today. Now, 70s Thursday, 80s Friday, widespread across our area, and then a big drop in temperatures and a chance for some wet weather on Saturday. Let's take you through and track that weather pattern, and we have that strong ridge of high pressure that's going to move in over the next couple of days, and that'll help boost us to the warmest weather so far in 2025, but it's moving out very quickly, and so by early Saturday morning, we already have some wet weather in the Cascades. We'll likely wait in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene until the afternoon and the evening for some developing thunderstorms coming out of Oregon and then moving from south to north across the area. Some of that moisture could linger into Bloomsday morning, so we may end up with some cloudy skies and maybe a sprinkle or two right at the start of the race, but I expect drying conditions and improved conditions with sunshine as we head throughout the day. So certainly some wiggle room to change some things in your Saturday night to Sunday morning forecast. Next week is looking pretty nice here as well to start. 70s and more sun. as we enter the month of May.
Okay, that sounds nice.
Love to see it. Love pretty much everything about that forecast here, Matt.
It almost perfect.
Yeah.
Almost there.
It is now 6:20.
We are learning more information about WSU's football schedule for the upcoming season, including this year's historic Apple Cup. What we now know just ahead in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
For over 25 years, Dr. Arvind Chaudhry and Summit Cancer Centers has remained true to 3 core values. 25 years of coming together to develop the most complete and personalized treatment plans available. 25 years of providing the most advanced treatments and non-invasive radiosurgery in the country. 25 years of taking you on a healing journey from diagnosis to recovery.
And we are not stopping there. We will continue to offer the most comprehensive cancer treatment in the Northwest.
Summit Cancer Centers. Integrated, innovative, inspired.
It's a sale so big, it can only last one day. And it's this Wednesday for 8 short hours at all Walker's Furniture locations, where you'll save an additional 20% off all furniture, all bedroom, all dining room, all living room. It's all marked down 20% off already low prices. Plus, you can save now and pay over time with 5 years special financing. This Wednesday only at Walker's Furniture.
Just look at those beautiful plants and flowers from the Plant Farm. The Plant Farm is Spokane's go-to garden center. A promise of trust and confidence comes with the healthiest plants from the Plant Farm because their plants and flowers are grown right here. Get annuals, perennials, roses, trees, shrubs, and their signature hanging baskets and more, even indoor plants. Head to the Plant Farm, Spokane's go-to garden center on 4th between Evergreen and Adams in the Spokane Valley because life is better in the garden.
Get ready for the concert event of the summer. On the road again. Catch Willie Nelson and family. Bob Dylan. Billy Strings. And more at the Outlaw Music Festival's 10th anniversary tour, May 22nd, One Spokane Stadium. Get access to preferred tickets with your city card. For tickets and more, go to ticketswest.com or outlawmusicfestival.com.
When you get into a car accident, you may be wondering if you need a lawyer.
Well, if you were injured and it wasn't your fault, you should probably talk to an attorney.
Call Russell & Hill. The advice is free.
Our team will review your case at no charge and let you know how best to proceed.
And if you decide you do need a lawyer,
remember, we win your case or it's free.
Russell & Hill will fight for you. Call 800-LAW-0842.
Welcome to Morning Sports. I'm Jack Wallace. And Washington State is now in year 2 of their transition between a full Pac-12 conference, and they, along with Oregon State, finalized their home kickoff times and networks yesterday. Let's break down the schedule. Biggest games up top. We have the Oregon State double meeting with the Beavs locked in at November 1st on CBS at either 4:30 or 5 p.m. That one in Corvallis. And then again at Wazoo on November 29th on the CW network at 3:30 p.m. Annual Apple Cup will go down at either 4:30 p.m. or 5 p.m. Also on national TV, CBS. And WSU Athletic Director Ann McCoy spoke with us on the importance on getting more of these big games on the bigger networks.
I think it's tremendously important. I mean, we got so much good feedback of people being able to see the games all across the country. And so I'm really excited about it. I think it's extremely important as we continue to navigate this landscape right now.
McCoy also said the fan experience will receive a little bit extra focus this season. Different mix of games, 3 at night, 2 in the early afternoon, 1 at 12:30. That helps to appeal to a wide range of Coug fans. Of the 6 home games last season, the Cougs also had 3 night games, but 2 at midday and 1 later afternoon, compared to those numbers swapped for this fall. That's all for Morning Sports. You can tune into Sports Tonight to hear what local business owner is the newest Foosball Hall of Fame inductee.
I am interested.
Very curious. Well, hey, some fun news here on Good Morning Northwest. Big news for hockey fans. Professional women's hockey is coming to Seattle. The PWHL just announcing that this morning, that it's adding an expansion team to the Emerald City with play beginning in the 2025-26 season. The team will play its home games at Climate Pledge Arena and train at the Kraken Community Iceplex. No word yet on what the team's names will be, but they got some colors released, some green and white. Very exciting for professional men's hockey.
It sure is.
The Central Valley School District has drafted Title IX complaints to the Department of Education and Justice about Washington's transgender athlete participation policy.
The board discussed 3 different versions of the complaint at a board meeting yesterday. The letters raise concerns over conflicting federal and state laws on transgender athlete participation. It asks the federal government to intervene and open an investigation into OSPI and the WIAA. The board did not take action on the complaints last night. We'll keep you updated on what's happening.
Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:25.
The death penalty remains on the table for accused University of Idaho student killer Bryan Kohberger. The judge denying 2 separate defense motions to remove capital punishment as an option. What's next in the high-profile murder case?
And what happens when preschoolers throw their chairs and attack other children? A program helping teachers manage these behavioral cases is now on the chopping block. The impact in our community's youngest learners. And before we go to a break, here's a first look of what's coming up on Good Morning America starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, runaway boat. A high-speed rescue caught on camera in Sarasota Bay. Police racing to the scene to stop this unmanned boat, spotted circling at 40 miles per hour after the driver was knocked overboard by a large wake. The Sarasota Police Marine Unit jumping into action, making multiple attempts to stop it. And this morning, those brave officers speaking out to GMA.
The boat was still currently doing circles in Sarasota Bay. First priority was there was a lot of boat traffic at that time. And my goal was to try to warn everybody, since I was by myself, to stay away from this boat.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on how they stopped the boat and how the driver was pulled to safety. With your GMA First Look, I'm Janae Norman, ABC News, New York.
So right when I thought Mom would start taking it easy with her osteoporosis, boom, we moved to this cool new place in the city.
If you have postmenopausal osteoporosis and are at high risk for fracture, Evenity can help you rapidly build new bone in just 12 months. Evenity is the only bone builder that also helps slow bone loss, and it's proven to significantly reduce spine fracture risk.
I knew she started taking Evenity, but she told her friend it builds new bone. Builds new bone! So yeah, we get out, we explore, and do whatever that thing is on the floor.
Evenity can increase risk of heart attack, stroke, or death from a heart problem. Tell your doctor if you have had a heart attack or stroke. Do not take Evenity if you have low blood calcium or are allergic to it, as serious events have occurred with Evenity. Signs include rash, hives, swelling of the face or throat, which may cause difficulty in swallowing or breathing, muscle spasms or cramps, numbness, or tingling. Tell your doctor about severe jawbone problems, as they have been reported with Evenity. Report hip, groin, or thigh pain. Unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred with Evenity. Ask your doctor about building new bone with Evenity.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gold Seal Plumbing.
Taylor, these deals are a slam dunk.
More like bracket breakers. New Kia K4 starting at only $199 a month. And K5 GT line all-wheel drive from just $299 a month.
If you're shopping for a car or SUV, put George Gee Kia at the top of your bracket.
George Gee Kia is family-owned, trusted, and we always make scoring deals easy.
Visit us off I-90 in Liberty Lake.
Or online anytime at SpokaneKia.com.
George Gee Kia, where the deals are always a win.
The Good Feet store just really helped me out. I mean, they gave me the right arch support for my feet, not somebody else's feet. Then it was like, okay, this is something special.
See for yourself with the free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Upset stomach? Iberogast. Indigestion? Iberogast. Bloating? Iberogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Iberogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Iberogast.
It's Mississauga Casino Hotel's 31st anniversary. We're celebrating by giving you the chance to win over $62,000 in cash and prizes, including adventures on a pontoon, on a flight to your favorite getaway, or your choice of a new car or cash. Play your favorite games now to earn entries at Mississauga Casino Hotel. 31 years of jackpots, food, and fun. Learn more at Mississauga.com.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
We start this half hour with the 4 News Now story tracker and stories people are talking about today.
11 high school lacrosse players in Syracuse face an ultimatum today: surrender to police or face kidnapping charges. Authorities say the West Hill High athletes tied up a younger teammate, put a pillowcase over his head, and then placed him in the trunk of a car during a hazing incident. The school has now canceled the remainder of the team's season.
The Supreme Court's weighing whether FBI agents can be held accountable for raiding the wrong home. In 2017, agents burst into an Atlanta family's house with flashbang grenades, mistaking it for a suspected gang member's house. The family is seeking compensation, but lower courts dismissed those claims due to government immunity. Justice Gorsuch questioned the government's defense during arguments.
In North Texas, an 18-wheeler overturned, spilling its cargo all over the road. That cargo, approximately 8 million dimes. Crews worked for hours to clean up that mess using vacuum shovels and even picking up some of that loose change by hand. How annoying. The truck driver and a passenger suffered some non-life-threatening injuries there.
$800 million worth of dimes.
Crazy. I guess I'd be out there on the side of the road.
$800,000.
I'd be out there picking up dimes on the side of the road.
Yeah, me too. I wonder how much they'll actually recover.
Yeah, probably still some there.
Wow.
Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. I'm not good at math, by the way. It is Wednesday, April 30th. Let's check in with meteorologist Matt Gray and your first alert forecast. That's somebody who is good at science.
Oh, yes. You know, I have a math minor, but hey, C's get degrees, baby. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what.
Don't say that.
Let me tell you what. Hey, I still forgot more about the weather than I can remember. So, you know, we're trying to keep it casual here. 39 degrees in Spokane right now. Beautiful start to our day. 40s in Coeur d'Alene, upper 30s and low 30s around many other places. We're down to 35 in Ritzville this morning. That's a little chilly. 30 in Colville, 39 in Monterey Ferry. This is likely to be the chilliest morning, chilliest in quotes, for really the next 7 odd days or so, as we got a heat wave coming in and then some cloudy conditions. And so that'll all conspire to keep our temperatures on the mild side in the days to come. We got a beautiful day today, upper 60s for this afternoon, even some low 70s downtown Spokane, but likely get right up close to 70 degrees. Really should be just a really, really nice day overall as part of this warming trend that will continue through Friday. And that'll be our first 80-degree day of the year in the I-90 corridor. We'll show you how that plays out and what you could expect for Bloomsday weekend coming up.
New updates in the University of Idaho student murders case. The judge denied the request from Bryan Kohberger's defense team to take the death penalty off the table.
The defense filed a motion asking for the death penalty to be removed if Kohberger is convicted. The defense claimed the prosecution's discovery disclosures in this case have been voluminous and disorganized, violating Kohberger's right to due process. Judge Stephen Hippler denied the motion. Last week, the defense argued that the death penalty should be removed due to Kohberger's diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder. That motion was also denied. The prosecution also filed a motion asking Judge Hippler to allow them to have Kohberger's mental health evaluated.
It wants to keep the tests and other information sealed for Kohberger's privacy. The prosecution saying the filing reveals mental health information about Kohberger, including psychological, psychiatric, and neurological information and diagnosis of the defendant. The filing indicates the prosecution would use this information in the penalty phase of the trial, which occurs if Kohberger is convicted. Prosecutors and the defense are due back in court in Boise in mid-May. The trial is scheduled to begin in August. All right. Sorry, we're having a little bit of technical trouble there. All right, we're going to move on now. New on Good Morning Northwest, our youngest learners are at risk of losing a mental health resource getting both state and federal funds.
The support program is for kids under the age of 6 who need behavioral health resources. Our Alexandra Cohen-Yarts explains why child care workers say now is a dangerous time to be making these budget cuts.
And we're in a behavioral health crisis in childcare.
Kira Bauer, owner of Little Scholars, a daycare facility in Spokane, warns childcare centers have seen an unprecedented uptick in behavioral issues since the pandemic.
This is throwing chairs across the classroom and destroying entire rooms, biting until skin breaks. This is cursing out teachers.
As these concerns over kids' mental health grows, a key support program is now at risk of losing its funding.
It feels scary to think that teachers will be left without that support, and even parents too.
The program at stake is called Holding Hope. How it works is essentially a mental health professional comes into a classroom like this one and works as a liaison between the teacher, the student, and any families involved. Together, they all work towards creating a better environment for that young child and stronger relationships. Deidre Darling-Shea is a mental health consultant with Community Minded Enterprises, the agency that manages this service for 600 childcare facilities in Eastern Washington.
The success of it is when a child who maybe the teachers thought there was no way that they'd be able to stay in the classroom all year makes it to the end of the school year.
CME currently has 4 consultants. 2 of those are now at risk of losing their jobs as it braces for a potential 50% funding cut from the state and losing federal support.
Instead of building, we're going to now have to retreat.
Bauer, who also runs a mental health program, shares these worries. For her, the hope is for recognition of this concerning issue and a consistent future in local funding, creating
a standalone mental and behavioral health program specifically for early childhood education.
In Spokane, Alexandra Cohen-Yarts, 4 News Now.
Our time is now 6:36.
Checking back in with meteorologist Matt Gray. It's our last day of April here.
That's right. It is. Can
That went by so quick here, and we have a nice spring-like forecast this week.
Yeah, we sure do.
Yeah, spring-like weather, and boy, there's a whole lot less snow.
There
Look
sure
how
is.
fast
Wow.
there was just a week or two ago.
Wow.
So yeah, we're melting pretty fast. We're going to melt even more with some of the temperatures coming up in the next couple of days. We'll show you that coming up in your full forecast.
The tariff war with Canada is hitting close to home. Fewer Canadian tourists are crossing the border to visit Spokane, and local businesses are feeling the pinch. More on that when we come back.
Plus, Washington joins multi-state lawsuit against the Trump administration as AmeriCorps funding cuts leave thousands jobless. The local impact of a national decision when we come back.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
BECU would like to celebrate your mom this Mother's Day. Share a picture of your mom and tell us the impact she's made on your life. She'll be entered for a chance to win a $100 gift card courtesy of BECU. Enter at KXLY.com/momsday.
With local utility rebates and massive tax credits available, it's now possible to upgrade to a heat pump for less than a traditional air conditioner. Heat pumps are far more efficient than air conditioners when it comes to heating and cooling your home. Get year-round comfort with higher efficiency, all while lowering your monthly utility bills. So don't be fooled into buying outdated air conditioning technology. Upgrade to a heat pump, the smart choice for smart homeowners. Call Bill's Heating and AC today for your free estimate.
What's great about basketball? Almost everything.
What's not great about basketball? The term three-pointer.
Boring.
Instead, let's just call them triple plays.
Check it out. Hit it, Steve.
Roberts has it, fires. It's a triple play.
It actually works.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Complete coincidence that that's also the name of where we work.
Not engineered by marketing. No way.
Let's read some reviews. 5 stars. My shopping experience was excellent. We think you're excellent, Deborah.
We would buy from them again. Highly recommended. Thanks, John, and we can't wait to see you again.
During Kerner Furniture's Customer Appreciation Sale, enjoy the best shopping experience as well as low sale prices on fine home furnishings.
We also guarantee the lowest Lazy Boy prices, and we will beat any in the area.
Stop by today for 5-star shopping and great sale pricing during Kerner Furniture's Customer Appreciation Sale.
Get ready for the thrill of a lifetime at the Last Stand Rodeo this Memorial Day weekend, May 23rd through the 25th in Coulee City. Presented by Chess Ford and NextEra Energy Resources. Get your tickets online at laststandrodeo.com. Don't miss it.
The wait is over. It's grand opening day at Brett's RV and Marine in Liberty Lake. Join us Saturday, May 3rd from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. for a day packed with free food from local food trucks, photo op with fun mascots and fairy tale princesses, face painting, s'more making stations, store tours, live music, prize giveaways, and amazing deals on every RV and boat. Off I-90 in Liberty Lake. Get the details at brettsrv.com and come celebrate.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:39. In the middle of our current tariff war with Canada and President Donald Trump's threats of making the country our 51st state, the U.S. is seeing fewer Canadian visitors.
And we're also seeing those impacts here locally. Tourists can walk in to visit Spokane's visitor center and discover all there is to do in the region. But this year, fewer Canadians are making the trip south. Visit Spokane has tracked a concerning trend in recent months. While January and February actually saw more Canadian visitors compared to 2024, those numbers dropped significantly in March and April, falling below last year's figures. Kate Hudson of Visit Spokane says the impact goes beyond visitor numbers.
They pay the sales tax, they eat in our restaurants, they support our businesses, and so to lose that small fraction, that can impact us.
Hudson said Visit Spokane has also received emails from regular visitors from Canada who say they're concerned and would rather wait another 4 years to visit again.
10-second takeaways in your forecast. A little spring heat wave starts today, and by the time it's over, we'll see the first 80-degree days of the year for many of us. We will have an unsettled weekend after that. Take a closer look after this.
More than 1,500 Washingtonians have lost their jobs, along with tens of thousands of other Americans, as federal funding cuts have hit AmeriCorps hard. The Department of Government Efficiency ordered AmeriCorps, a government program that helps people find work, to terminate roughly $400 million in grants. 4 News Now spoke with an AmeriCorps service member affected by those cuts. Abby Brantman just moved to Spokane from Dallas in March. But Monday, she was shocked to discover she was one of the employees let go.
I've always tried to be somebody who finds logic in any sort of situation, and I guess I really quickly realized that you really sometimes can't make sense of a truly senseless situation.
Yesterday, Washington State Attorney General Nick Brown announced the state is joining a lawsuit with 24 other states against the Trump administration over this executive order gutting AmeriCorps. As for Brantman, she tells us she doesn't know what's next for her.
It's the sign of warmer weather. Bloomsday is almost here. We got temps hitting in the 80s later this week, and with that comes sunscreen. It's a must in the heat.
We found major performance differences among sunscreens, even those that came from the same brand.
Not all sunscreens are created equal. Consumer Reports tested more than 100 sunscreens, and some didn't deliver the protection they were promised. We'll tell you what you need to know before you enjoy more time outside this summer. That's tomorrow, right here on Good Morning Northwest. Don't forget it.
Important stuff.
Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:42.
And no matter if it is just for fun or something much deeper, every participant has a reason why they sign up for Bloomsday. Allison Martinez is live sharing the special story of one longtime Bloomie.
Craig has run in almost every single Bloomsday since the very beginning. We're telling you his story coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical guarantees to keep your home safe and cool. Your comfort is Andy's priority. Stay cool this summer with a new air conditioning system from Carrier and turn to the experts. Andy's offers a wide range of top quality air conditioning systems that are both reliable and environmentally friendly. Andy's team of experts are highly trained and experienced, so you can stay comfortable with Andy's hassle-free installation service. Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical, your trusted Carrier experts since 1972.
A show that pays tribute to one of the best Mexican-American performers of our time, Selena. Carla Perez, live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, May 8th. You'll love Yachtly Crew, a 7-piece SoCal band who has started a nationwide yacht rock craze. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, July 3rd. George Thorogood and the Destroyers bring their roof-shaking rock party to the Coeur d'Alene Casino live Thursday, July 31st. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days. ShopDaveSmith.com.
Lindor, Swanson.
The new DQ Summer Blizzard menu has such a stacked lineup, it calls for a
trade proposal.
My s'mores for your mixing bowl mashup.
You got a deal.
Trade up to the new DQ Summer Blizzard menu. With new mixing bowl mashup plus fan favorite s'mores, nothing says summer like baseball and our new Summer Blizzard menu.
You drive a hard bargain, kid.
Right now with DQ.
DQ, happy tastes good.
Four News Now is brought to you by Inland Imaging.
It is 6:45. The countdown to Bloomsday is on. We are just 4 days from Spokane's iconic annual 12K race.
Every year, thousands of people flood the streets of downtown to cross that finish line. Each runner has a story and a reason to keep on moving. We have Allison Martinez live this morning to tell us the story of a man who is the heart of Bloomsday. Good morning, Allison.
That's right. Good morning. As you mentioned, every person has a reason to cross that finish line on Sunday. For some, it's personal fitness goals, and for others, it might be to honor a late Bloomsday participant. For Craig Gerlach, it's both.
I would feel bad if I didn't do Bloomsday. There's been times thinking, can I? Should I? But then I have friends say, you can't break the streak. The streak is there.
Craig has participated in Bloomsday every year since he was a teenager. Today, he's in his 60s and has recovered from 3 heart surgeries. But he's never let that stop him before, and he won't let it stop him this year either.
Bloomsday is around the corner, and he's just made vast improvements. His vitals look good. He's excited. He's confident. So I'm excited to cheer him on just because he's been doing it for so long.
If you want to join Craig and me, the annual race is this weekend, and prices do go up tomorrow, so be sure to sign up as soon as possible. Reporting live in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Yeah, make sure you say hi to Allison out there and Natalie if you see her as well. Yes, and Kirsten O'Connor, right?
Kirsten O'Connor. We got Sydney Berger out there, Allison. A big group of us that are going to be out there doing Bloomsday.
Matt used it last year. I've done it years ago. It's like a rite of passage.
Of course it rained the year I did it.
It sounds like you need to go for a second time, Matt. Get a little repeat.
Well, you know.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Maybe next time. But I got a lot of work to do between now and then. All right, so we are keeping an eye on the Bloomsday forecast because there are going to be some changes for there. In the meantime, warm weather is on the way, and if you were hearing some thunder, maybe you got a little bit of small hail. We know some folks around the Athol area did yesterday. Things are going to be a lot quieter today. Beautiful weather. Here's your radar. Things moving out from the weather system yesterday to Wyoming to Montana. But here in the inland Northwest, things are calm and quiet, and we are going to stay that way for a while. You can see the ridge of high pressure that's moving in here. Look at the clouds way up to the north and then curling back down across the northern plains. And so this is going to move right over us, put us in the dome of warmth, and we are going to really heat up here. You know, the average first 80-degree day in Spokane is May 17th. We saw a very strong record, 75 back on the 26th of March. Our last 80-degree day in Spokane was in late September, and we are going to hit it on Friday. And we start today with going up just a few degrees from where we were yesterday. We're the mid-60s yesterday. We'll be in the upper 60s in Spokane today, mid-60s in Coeur d'Alene, and low 70s across the Columbia Basin, with a smattering of low 60s in some of our sheltered valleys in North Idaho. Then mid-70s Thursday, 80s on Friday, and then that big drop in temperatures heading into Bloomsday weekend. And that means not only cooler air, but also a chance for some wet weather. And we will have southerly winds bringing in clouds, bringing in moisture as we start Saturday. And Saturday afternoon, I expect at least a few showers and maybe even a couple of thunderstorms tracking from south to north across our area. So Saturday afternoon and evening looks like that'll be the wettest part of the weekend. But it also looks like some of this rain may linger into early Sunday morning. Now, as Bloomsday goes on, expect things to dry out and get sunnier, but we may be a little cloudy and we may see a sprinkle if you are out there early. getting your place in the crowd there in downtown Spokane. So something to keep in mind. We'll go with partly cloudy, 66 for your Bloomsday Sunday, and looking pretty nice heading into Monday and Tuesday of next week. So overall, pretty nice looking start to the month of May.
All right, Matt, thanks so much.
All right, it's just about 10 minutes before the hour.
Your morning sprint is coming up next. Thanks for waking up with us here on Good Morning Northwest to kick off your Wednesday morning. We'll see you after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Tin Roof.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
Your garage door is more than just an entry point. It's also an escape route. That is why our highly trained technicians handle every job with unmatched professionalism. From broken springs to noisy rollers, we'll get your door running smoothly, securely, and fast. Precision Garage Door Service. Fast, reliable, and friendly.
One call, that's all, means we take care of everything after your car wreck.
From dealing with insurance companies to helping you find doctors and repair shops, we're here to guide you from start to finish.
After my car accident, working with Craig Swap and Associates made the whole process so easy. They communicated with me and let me know what the next step was every step of the way.
Call Craig Swap and Associates today. Let us make your recovery simple. One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Taylor, these deals are a slam dunk.
More like bracket breakers. New Kia K4 starting at only $199 a month. And K5 GT line all-wheel drive from just $299 a month.
If you're shopping for a car or SUV, put George Gee Kia at the top of your bracket.
George Gee Kia is family-owned, trusted, and we always make scoring deals easy.
Visit us off I-90 in Liberty Lake.
Or online anytime at SpokaneKia.com.
George Gee Kia, where the deals are always a win.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better, to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Welcome back. Just about 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Wednesday midweek here on the Morning Sprint.
Meteorologist Matt Gray is tracking a warm and sunny day ahead and has a look at your Bloomsday forecast.
Allison Martinez is live with the story of a man who has some big reasons fueling his push to run the 47th straight Bloomsday.
And we got Hannah Joy in studio this morning with updates on a community event to prepare you for the future of Spokane County.
But first, a man suspected of shooting and killing another man last week near the Amazon Fulfillment Center on the West Plains is in jail this morning. Spokane County Sheriff's deputies arrested 21-year-old William Baldwin for second-degree murder. Investigators say Baldwin and 24-year-old Hassani Vida knew each other and had some kind of disagreement that led to the shooting. Vida died at the scene. Baldwin is in the Spokane County Jail on a $1 million bond.
An update this morning to Friday's deadly shooting in Spokane. 18-year-old Quentin Hutchinson turned himself into police yesterday for his involvement in the shooting at a Maverick gas station. The shooting killed one person and another critically injured. Hutchinson was booked into the Spokane County Jail for second-degree murder and first-degree assault. His bond is set at $1 million. Spokane Police are asking anyone with information to call Crime Check. That number is on your screen. It's 509-456-2233.
After a rainy day yesterday, some picture-perfect conditions with sunshine, temperatures in the 60s once we get past lunch, and we'll see some upper 60s and low 70s for your high in the afternoon. Now, there are some big changes, big ups and downs in your forecast over the next 4 days. 70s and then our first 80s of the year on Friday. Showers and thunderstorms Saturday afternoon. 1 or 2 sprinkles could make it to Bloomsday morning.
New updates in the University of Idaho student murders case. The judge denied the request from Bryan Kohberger's defense team to take the death penalty off the table. The defense filed a motion asking for the death penalty to be removed if Kohberger is convicted. The defense claimed the prosecution's discovery disclosures in the case have been voluminous and disorganized, violating Kohberger's right to due process. Judge Stephen Hippler denied the motion.
The Senate could vote as early as today on a resolution that would effectively block some of President Donald Trump's tariffs. Its co-sponsor, Senator Rand Paul, predicts enough of his fellow Republicans will vote with Democrats for the resolution to pass. The resolution has almost no chance in the House, where language in a new rule protects Trump's tariffs. For more updates on the plans to block the president's tariffs, tune in to Good Morning America.
More than 1,500 Washingtonians have lost their jobs, along with tens of thousands of other Americans, as federal funding cuts have hit AmeriCorps hard. The Department of Government Efficiency ordered AmeriCorps, a government program that helps people find work, to terminate roughly $400 million in grants. Yesterday, Washington State Attorney General Nick Brown announced the state is joining a lawsuit with 24 other states against the Trump administration over this executive order gutting AmeriCorps.
The Washington State Head Start Association is joining a lawsuit against the Trump administration over funding for the program. The lawsuit accuses the Trump administration of delaying funding and cutting staff, unlawfully dismantling the program. Some local parents in the Head Start program say they would have to quit work or school if this program were to go away.
Everyone has a reason why they want to cross that finish line at Bloomsday this Sunday. I spoke with Craig, who has been running in Bloomsday nearly every year since he was a teenager, even through 3 heart surgeries. He'll be running again this year, and if you want to join him, the 12K is this Sunday right in downtown Spokane through Riverfront Park and all of our famous, iconic landmarks. And prices do go up tomorrow, so be sure to register if you haven't already.
And if you are running Bloomsday, here are some helpful tips going into the weekend. Make sure you know your bib number, which can be found on your order receipt for the race. You can pick up your bib this Friday or Saturday at the Spokane Convention Center. And after you pick it up, you can enjoy the Bloomsday Trade Show, which, gosh, has all kinds of stuff from merchandise to running gear and more.
This morning, we have a community event to tell you about. If you're wondering what Spokane County will look like 20 years from now, this is your chance to help shape that future. Tonight, the county is holding a public event called Community Next Steps, and it's all part of a big picture plan for what Spokane County could look like in the year 2046. And yeah, I know 2046 might sound like a long way off, but state law says counties have to map out how they'll handle things like new housing, traffic, and even protecting open space. So today is your chance to chime in and give your thoughts. The event runs from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at Meade High School. That's on West Hastings Road. You can also join online, and just go to SpokaneCounty.org for the Zoom link.
Well, this weekend, the Cheney Police Department is hosting a rodeo, a bike rodeo. It's happening Saturday, May 3rd at the Cheney Middle School parking lot. Bring your bicycle and enjoy a bike wash, speed racing, a skills course, safety tips, and much more. The fair runs from noon to 2:30 and admission is free.
Back with a check of weather right after this.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
2 minutes for checking to Berkeley Cap. Get your exclusive Spokane Chiefs debit card from Numerica today.
We think three-pointers should be called triple plays.
And we brought in a basketball expert to support us.
Just former college and pro star Rob Sacre.
So, Rob, what do we call, one of these?
Triple play. You know, shooting triple plays wasn't exactly my specialty.
Well, outside shooters are well outside our budget.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Rob, how did you score?
Sketchy phone calls. We've all gotten one, but there's a new scammer on the line who knows exactly when and who to target. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. I'll show you the twist catching local families off guard and how to protect yourself Thursday at 6, only on 4 News Now.
Oh, another beautiful start to our day, and the vibes are going to be great for the rest of the week, especially if you are looking to spend some time out in the sun, maybe get a little bit of early summer vibes. Will certainly be that way on Friday, warmest day of the year so far, 81 degrees. For the weekend, looking like we'll be keeping an eye on Saturday night into very early Sunday morning for a chance for some showers, maybe in a rumble of thunder or two. I expect to be dry, however, most of Bloomsday. So overall, not a bad start to the month of May.
No, and a while ago we just showed One Spokane Stadium. The Zephyr have a home game this Saturday.
All right, check it out. Thanks for starting your day with us. We'll see you throughout the day on Good Morning Northwest.